Greetings. This is a message to God's chosen. It's a reminder for all of us to remain humble. The greater we are, the more humble we have to be. That is the word of Ben Sira or Enoch, one of the two. But I have a brief story. Samuel chapter 17, verse 30 through 38. It's referring to when David's about to fight Goliath and really just make a name for himself. So in verse 33, Saul said to David, "You're not able to go against this Philistine to fight with him, for you're but a youth, and he a man of war from his youth." And of course, we're told in the New Testament, don't let a man despise you for your youth, right? But go to the verse 34. David said to Saul, "Your servant was keeping his father's sheep, and when a lion or a bear came and took a lamb out of the flock, I went out after him, struck him, rescued it out of his mouth. And when he arose against me, I caught him by the beard, struck him, and killed him. And like he said, he will do this to the Philistine." And once he actually did this, he ended this with giving praise to Yahweh. And a lot of times we self-exalt, and that's the worst thing you can do when you're actually trying to remain humble. I mean, take the lowly place and be exalted. You don't want to exalt yourself and be humbled, right? We've seen this with a lot of kings and queens before us. So the best thing we can do is remain humble like that. He said was what he needed to say. Hey, man, he didn't say mind your business, but he kind of said, I have God with me. I've done this before. I don't even know you. He didn't even bring up Saul's past and what the things he's done, right? 1 Samuel chapter 21, verses 10 through 13. David arose and fled that day for fear of Saul and went to Achish, the king of Gath. The servants of Achish said to him, "Isn't this David, the king of the land? Didn't they sing to one another about him in dances and saying, Saul has slain his thousands and David his 10,000s? David laid up these words in his heart, and he was very afraid of Achish, the king of Gath. He changed his behavior before them and pretended to be insane in their hands." You go to the next verse. "What do I have the need of this madman that you have brought me, this fellow to play the madman in my presence? Shall this fellow come into my house?" And at a certain point, you got to step back and really understand.
Don't nobody give a fuck about you, man.
What would David get from exalting himself in Gath? Or I'm going to go to a foreign land and say, yeah, I'm the realest here. The real is back. You know, I'm the Mac. You can't say nothing to me or you'll be under attack like Goliath, right? What would the kingdom of heaven gain from David exalting himself amongst other men? We're also told later in the Bible, if you're going to exalt your faith, if you're going to boast, only boast in Christ. I believe the Apostle Paul said that. God will not be mocked, right? So at a certain point, don't exalt yourself and be humbled. We've seen this once again from many kings and many queens. You have fake relatives. I see you come. Don't take it personal. This isn't like you're trying to keep it as real as I can. Like, oh, who is this guy? Peace and love. I love y'all. Next video. And stay humble like King David, and you'll be exalted. That's really all I have.